Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. I don't have an intro, so things are gonna be a little bit awkward until I figure out that situation. My name is Lex. I used to go by Chocolax on YouTube, currently known as Alexis Nicole or By Me Alexis. I am also on TikTok as By Me Alexis, and sometimes I make YouTube videos. Sometimes I make short form content, sometimes I yap, sometimes I do a little bit of hair videos. No niche, just vibes. I really just go with the flow and do what I want to do. Makes things fun. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about my Invisalign experience, just giving you guys some details about my process, my thoughts on the process, the cost. We're going to discuss all of that in this video. So if you are interested, then obviously stay tuned or tune in. I'm going to put some timestamps below just in case you feel like moving forward or if I start getting a little bit chatty. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information about myself just for context so that you know some things. I did have braces before Invisalign. I got braces, I got braces my senior year of high school. It was right before I turned 17. It was August of my senior year, so that would have been, ooh, girl. I'm not gonna tell you what year it is. And I remember this because I was so mad because I was like, dang, I have to take my senior pictures without my braces. I really wanted my braces for my senior pictures, but I got them like maybe the first. This is not important. I don't know why I'm giving you guys all these details. Prior to Invisalign and prior to braces, I had a gap. My teeth were very spacey, actually. They weren't all together. I had a top gap and a bottom gap. And literally the gaps like sat on top of each other. And then I also had spaces in between the rest of my teeth, so my teeth weren't close together. If I can find a picture, I will try to insert it, but it's been a long time. And honestly, I don't know if I still have the pictures, but I will try to. Not really the best pictures, but in the spirit of transparency, I will do my best to give that to you guys. So I got my braces senior year. I had braces senior year and I had braces freshman year of college. Went home, summer break after freshman year, and I got my braces taken off. And then when I got my braces taken off, my teeth started to shift like immediately. The spaces were starting to come back, and I went back to my orthodontist, and she was like, your teeth just don't want to stay together. She ended up giving me a permanent retainer on the back of my bottom row, and then I had a permanent retainer on the top, my two front teeth. So everything was fine, or so I thought. But my teeth eventually did start to shift again, even though I had the permanent retainers. I also had the retainers where you take them in and out at night. Take them in and out, girl, what? I also had the retainers that you wear at night and you remove them. It's the clear plastic retainers. I had those too, but my teeth, they just started to shift. And then after a while, I did not wear my retainer like I was supposed to. It happens, okay? It happens. At first, I was very diligent with wearing my retainers. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And so time went on and a whole lot of time went on, girl. So then in 2018, I started my YouTube channel and I started making content on TikTok a couple years after. And I would be looking at my teeth in my videos. It started to bother me a little bit because everything was not uniform. I could see the spaces opening back up because at this time it was a very long time since I had braces, and I was like, okay, I think I want to get Invisalign, or I want to, just see, because I didn't know if I wanted to get braces again or if I just wanted to do the Invisalign. This is where my Invisalign journey starts. Till end of 2023, I decided to make an appointment. It was for a consultation with the orthodontist. How did I find my orthodontist? It was the same orthodontist that I had. Well, no, it wasn't the same one. It was the same office of the orthodontist that I had back in high school. However, she was no longer taking patients anymore. So I was like, I'm still just going to go to them because I really did not feel like researching and looking up other orthodontists. I was also familiar with the office, and I booked the appointment online. They asked me what I was interested in, and I just told them I didn't really know if I wanted braces or Invisalign, but I just wanted to talk to somebody So I went in for my consultation in December of 2023. I spoke with their treatment coordinator and we went over some things and she asked me if I had any concerns and things like that. And so then the orthodontist came in. He's like, so are you thinking Invisalign or are you thinking braces? And I was like, well, what do you think? And he says, really, it's just up to you. Because my results, my Invisalign results, they are not like drastic or anything. How my teeth looked before I got braces and now, definitely a big change. But from before I got the Invisalign to now, it wasn't like the biggest change. Like you could definitely tell, but it's not like drastic. This is also why I did not document it through my process, because I really didn't think my results were going to be like mind blowing or anything like that. It was just like a few minor tweaks here and there. But my orthodontist had ended up asking me, what did I want to do? And I was like, what do you suggest? He was like, I'm going to leave it up to you. You can get good results either way. I ended up going with Invisalign because I had already had braces before. And in my mind, I was like, I think I can get results faster if I just do the Invisalign. Spoiler alert, I was wrong. My Invisalign treatment took a year, but I was like, well, I could just do the trays and, they're going to close the spaces and everything's going to be fine. They took my x-rays during the consultation. They took before pictures during the consultation. The treatment coordinator went over my insurance and my financial responsibility that I would have once my treatment started. And I didn't realize, I thought my teeth had just shifted like horizontally, like, spacing out. But actually my teeth were actually starting to like push forward a little bit. And I do remember before braces, my teeth did kind of protrude a little. So they had to move my teeth back in, but also pull them back in as well. You can't really tell unless I'm smiling from the side. But definitely my before and after pictures, I could tell that my teeth were brought in like this way, if that makes sense. So I ended up going with the Invisalign because in my mind, I thought that this would just be, a few months and then everything would be okay. Girl, no. My treatment was a year long and we're going to get into that a little bit later. But y'all are probably wondering how much did it cost? I'm going to tell you. I put $500 down. My insurance that I have through my employer, they contributed $2,000. And then I had to make 12 monthly payments of $143.75. I'm going to add everything up for you guys and put it somewhere in this video. If I would have put more down, my monthly payments would have been less. I had to pay the deposit, I guess you could say, during my consultation. And that was during December. That's Christmas. Girl, I was already kind of hurting for the money anyway. If my insurance did not cover orthodontic treatment, I probably would not have gotten Invisalign because that would have been more money that I had to pay out of pocket. They asked me what day I wanted for the money to be drafted out of my account. So I was able to pick the day. I just went with the 15th. And then I had to put a card on file and it would auto draft the money every 15th of the month. I never had any issues with my orthodontist office, like overcharging me or not taking money out in time. I think if it fell on a weekend, it would be taken the following Monday. A lot of people, when it comes to like dental work, everyone says that it's so expensive. And I agree it is, but a lot of offices now will work with you. And so I really encourage you guys to do your research and talk with the office administrator or treatment coordinator, whoever they have in there, because they can work with you if this is something that you are interested in. So now that we covered the cost, let's talk about my process and all that good stuff. I forgot to mention during my consultation, they did go ahead and scan my teeth. They did the x-rays, but they also did the scans. It was like this big wand looking thing. It was not really, that's not really a good description of it, but it was like this big device and they just put it in your mouth and scan. Everything is so like high tech now. They send your scans off to someone, girl. I don't know. You have to be certified to provide Invisalign treatments or something like that. As an orthodontist, you can't just say like, oh yeah, we have Invisalign. Your orthodontist has to offer Invisalign as a service. You can't just go to any orthodontist office and ask for Invisalign because not all of them do it. But they scanned my teeth the day of my consultation, and then my next appointment was scheduled for like 6 weeks out. So I ended up coming back in January, which would put us at January 2024. I mentioned to you guys when I first got my braces, I had I had the two retainers, the permanent ones that are literally permanent, glued to the back of your teeth. They had to remove those because they were going to be in the way of my treatment. So when I went back in January 2024, they removed my permanent retainers, and then they put these little bumps. I call them bumps, but I don't know what they're called. There are these little attachments that are teeth colored. They put these little teeth colored attachments on my teeth, and they're supposed to help your teeth move. I think I probably had like somewhere between 8 to 12 attachments on my teeth. You can see them if you're like really up close on somebody, but it's not like too noticeable, and it's not that bad. Like when you take your retainers out, your trays, I call them trays, not retainers, but you take your trays out, you run your tongue across your teeth, you can definitely feel them, but it's not like bad or anything. It doesn't hurt. I think they use the same glue that they use for braces brackets, because those things, they are stuck on there. Like they do not come off. So this was all done during my first appointment. After the consultation, they took the permanent retainers off my teeth. They put the attachments onto my teeth, and then they gave me a set of trays, 15 trays for my Invisalign. You wear the trays all day, every day, with the exception of when you are eating, when you are drinking something other than water, and when you are brushing your teeth. Other than that, you are to keep your trays in at all times. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. I used to drink in my trays all the time. I found that there's like a little mechanism, a little technique that you can use if you have a straw, where it's not even important. It's not important. But I used to drink in my trays all the time. It is not suggested that you do that, but I would do it literally all the time. But I would take them out when I ate. You cannot eat with your trays in. I also did try it. I regretted it immediately. I tried it with the oatmeal cream pie. It is terrible. Take your trays out when you're eating, and take them out when you're drinking. I know I just said I drank with my trays in, but literally don't do what I do. Like, take them out. They also advise you to rinse your mouth out after you eat or drink, and also brush your teeth. I will also admit that I did not always brush my teeth after I would eat. At minimum, I would rinse my mouth out. I would not always brush my teeth, because that just became a little excessive, especially when you're out in public and all that good stuff. You should definitely get into the habit of carrying around a water bottle with you, or some sort of something with water in it, so that if you are on the go, you can just use that to rinse your mouth out, or use it to rinse out your trays. I used to keep water in my car all the time. I work from home, so during the week was never a problem. But on the weekend, though, I kept a water on me of some sort, because I would, be out eating, drinking, whatever. My first set of trays were 15 trays, and I'm going to show you guys what they look like right now. This was my last set. This is literally what it looks like in the box. I literally could have thrown these away already, because I've been done with Invisalign for like a month now, but I kept them for this video specifically so that we could have some sort of visual for you guys. Now, wait a minute, because these have my name on them and information. It tells you, if you can see, the number that you're on. So where it says upper, lower, 13 through 16, 13 of 16, that means that it is an upper tray for the top, a lower tray for the bottom, and it is tray 13 out of 16. Do y'all want to see them? Yeah, let me show y'all. And this is what they look like. If it will focus, please. I want to show you guys where the attachments will be at, because you can see them on there. If I get close, This one had an attachment on it. You can see where the little bumps sit on your teeth. They'll tell you when to change them out. If you're doing every 7 days or if you're doing every 10, because I did have a set that was every 10 days instead of every 7. So this was my last set. My first set I have thrown away because once you finish, you can throw them away. But what they suggest that you do is after you finish week 1, you move on to your week 2 trays. You're going to keep your week 1 tray until you move on to week 3. I might have just lost you, but please just stay with me here. I'm going to come get you. The reason why you do that is because if you happen to lose your tray that you're on right now, you can go back to the one that you had previously so that your teeth don't end up shifting, because you really, really want to stay diligent with these things. You really want to make sure that you're wearing them at all times. If you happen to lose them, you want to stay on track. So let me repeat that. You start out with your week 1, you move on to week 2. You're going to keep your week 1s just in case. Keep them on you. Well, not on you. Just keep them with you somewhere in your house, on your person, wherever you keep them at. Keep them until you move on to week 3. When you move on to week 3, you're going to keep your week 2s and throw your week 1s away. I just happen to have all of mine for visual purposes. January, I received a set of 15 trays. My next appointment was in, that would have put me in April? Dang, wait, I can't, y'all, why am I blanking right now? I went back in April to get my next set. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to be done. They were like, we're going to order you your next set. So your last week of trays that you had, because I had 15 on my first set of trays, they told me to just wear it at night. This is how I knew that my teeth just have a mind of their own, because when I switched to wearing to my trays at night only, my teeth would start shifting a little bit. And so I was like, okay, so this is really a me problem. Every time they send out for your new trays, it takes 6 weeks for them to come back in. So then I went back in to pick up my second set of trays. It was only a set of 5. I wore those for 10 days instead of 7 because that is what was instructed to me by my orthodontist. And then he told me to come back after that set of 5. I went back in. They said, you're going to need another set of trays. I said, oh, my damn. And that is when I got the set that I just showed y'all, which was the set of 16. This was my last set of trays. I went back in maybe September to pick it up because, like I said, it always takes 6 weeks. So they're going to send off for them, but it does take 6 weeks for new trays to be picked up. I went back in September, picked up my last set of 16 trays, and then I wore them all the way up until January. I went back in January, and he looked at my teeth. He said that they looked good. They removed the attachments from my teeth. I did have to get another permanent retainer, unfortunately. But y'all, my teeth, they just don't like to stay together. They don't like to stay put together. I don't know what that's about. So I do currently have a permanent retainer at the top. I don't know if I'm going to be getting one at the bottom. They told me that I did not have to, but if I wanted one, they could put one on there. I don't like the permanent retainers because they are a pain to clean. If you are not good with cleaning your teeth, you need to get good with cleaning your teeth because it will collect so much buildup, and you have to floss. You have to get the special floss to be able to get in and out of there. I also have a water flosser. I got my permanent retainer put on back in January, and then they had to get me a retainer, the retainer that you wear at night. I should go get that for you guys, but it literally just looks like one of these. It's just more sturdy. It's harder, a lot less flexible. So I finished my treatment. These are my results. So you might have noticed some asymmetry in my teeth, specifically the 2 front teeth. I'm going to explain to you guys what happened with that. So this is something that y'all did not ask for, but I feel like I have to explain. A long time ago, when I was 8 or 9, I was playing basketball at summer camp inside of the gym, and I fell literally on my face, busted my two front teeth, literally chipped them away. They were gone. My teeth were like literally jagged. I messed them up bad. I messed them up so bad. And so I ended up having to get some sort of work done to my two front teeth. What was done to them, I literally don't know. I was a child. The practice that did it, I don't even think they're open anymore. This was over 20 years ago at this point. I don't want to say like veneers, but I think it was kind of like a bonding type of situation. I think it's called composite bonding. Fast forward to, I'd say, somewhere like 2013, 2014. I ended up chipping this one when I was eating, I believe it was a Rice Krispie treat. And I remember going to the dentist for a cleaning, and my dentist was like, what happened here? And I was like, I chipped it. Because mind you, we have to go back to me being younger where I chipped them bad for real. And they had to like add something onto my teeth, and then they shaped them and did all this other stuff. So then probably like 15 years after that, I chipped it on a Rice Krispie treat. My dentist noticed. She's like, what did you do? I said, I was eating a Rice Krispie and it chipped off. She's like, you need to be very careful because this is not holding on to much of anything. That scared the crap out of me. And so now I really don't like biting into hard objects, hard items. I don't eat apples at all because I have been scarred. I don't bite down on anything with these two up here because I am afraid. Very much so afraid. And I also don't know if I was supposed to like get these redone or something. I don't know. I was a child when the incident happened. So she's like, you need to be careful. And she's like, I'm going to shave it down. She shaves it down, but she does not make the other side look like this one. This is completely off topic to the Invisalign situation, but I just have to let y'all know this because I know that my teeth don't look the same and the shape is kind of off. But this, I just have to tell you guys, I have to get this off my chest because I have not been able to tell this story. And every time I do these videos, I'm literally staring at my teeth because I'm like, I need to get this fixed. So she ended up shaving this one. That is why this one is a different shape than this one. This one is like kind of rounded a little bit. This one over here is like really flat, like really like abrupt, flat. It is because my dentist at the time, which I no longer see her. I didn't like her attitude. She was like very like kind of nice, nasty to me. Like, you need to be careful. I know that. I didn't do it on purpose. I was just eating and it happened. So she ended up shaving it. This one has always looked different than this one for the last 10 plus years because of that. And the best way that I can show you, honestly, wait for it to focus. Do y'all see how the one on the right is like real flat and the one on the left is like rounded? Now this is separate from my Invisalign, but I did ask my orthodontist to kind of like smooth this one out a little bit so that it's not a harsh rounding. He couldn't make them both look the same, but I did tell him that I did not like how rounded this one was in comparison to this one because my dentist had shaped it down. So, I've been talking for so long. So, I'm thinking about exploring some other options as far as trying to get that symmetry between both teeth. It's really just the front two. I am not really concerned with the rest of my mouth. But yeah, that was a sidebar. Overall though, I do like my results. I can tell a difference. I think that they look great. I just need to wear my retainer. So, do I think that the Invisalign was worth it? Yes. However, if you are someone who misplaces things all the time, you do not need to get Invisalign because you do have a sense of responsibility, a duty, if you will, to keep up with your trays. Out of the entire time that I did my treatment, which my treatment took 1 year. My first set of trays was 15 trays. My second set was 5. My next one was 16. That took about a year when you add in the fact that they had to send off for the trays and it would take 6 weeks and all that good stuff. If you're someone who that's what I was saying. I only lost them one time and it was because the tray had failed, the case, I should say. The case that I keep them in, because they do give you a case. The case that I keep them in had fell under the couch and I could not find them. But if you misplace things, I'm so sorry, you should not get Invisalign, because you do need to keep up with your set of trays, whichever week you're on. If you like to snack, I would say don't get them. A lot of people say that they lost weight on Invisalign. I did not, only because the time that I was eating like for real. It did cut down on my snacking time. And a lot of times I would decline snacks, or I would just not want to eat snacks, because going through the trouble of taking out your trays, and then like once you finish eating, you got to rinse out your mouth, you got to brush your teeth, got to clean the trays, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to do all that. I did not lose weight. However, I did not snack as often as I do. Honestly, if you're a snacker and if you lose things all the time, I would say not to get Invisalign. I would go with traditional braces over the Invisalign. But if you think you're going to get quicker results with Invisalign versus braces, I would say that's not true. I really thought that Invisalign was going to be the quicker treatment for me. Had I known, I probably would have went with the traditional braces, but I did not want to draw a bunch of attention to my mouth, to my face. I had already had braces before, but I just didn't want everybody to know. I kind of wanted to be a little mindful, demure, secret, private with my treatment, which honestly, there is no privacy with Invisalign treatment, because every time you got to take them trays out, people know. Every time you talk, people know. They can see them in your mouth because it's like a glare. Like from far away, you can't see it, but definitely up close, you definitely can. So LOL, jokes on me. I should have just went with the traditional. I still got the results that I wanted, so it really doesn't matter. They're also going to tell you to clean them. I used hand soap and a different toothbrush, not the toothbrush that I used to clean my teeth like day and night. I had a separate toothbrush that I used to clean my retainers. Some people clean theirs with toothpaste, but literally the girl in the office, I don't know what her title, she might be like orthodontic assistant or something like that. She told me to just use a gentle hand soap. So I would use a gentle hand soap and rinse them really, really good. Rinse them really, really good, because you do not want to be tasting soap. And then I would either let them dry, because I would clean mine in the morning, let them dry, go eat breakfast, come back, pop them in. So yeah, like the maintenance of them, the upkeep is not really bad. It's just knowing that you have to have them in, and remembering that you have to have them in at all times, remembering to put them back in after you eat. But yeah, overall, I think I had a positive experience with Invisalign. I would definitely recommend, if you do not want to go the traditional braces route, but I'm telling you, if you misplace things, you most definitely should just get traditional braces. I picked up my retainers last week, and I have a follow-up appointment in April. They just want to see how things are going. And I really like that, because that follow-up appointment, they will know if you've been wearing your retainers at night. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope that maybe this gave you a little bit of clarity on your decision to get Invisalign. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please, what do we say at the end? Like, comment, share, subscribe. I think that's what they normally say. And I will see you guys in my next video.